The New England Patriots hit the road this week to face their AFC East division rival Miami Dolphins. New England is currently installed as a 9-point favorite in this game on BETDAQ. The total has not yet been released at the time of this recording. Ever since I saw this line come out, New England -9 on the road in a division game, I have wanted to back Miami. I've been trying to talk myself into a Dolphins play here. 9 points is just so many in a road division game. We were reminded again last week when the Denver Broncos went on the road to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Denver, I believe, was a 10.5-point favorite in that game. The Broncos were the hottest team in the league, or one of them, coming into the game, and the Chiefs were and are the worst team in the NFL. But Denver struggled in the game. Chiefs hung around. Denver won, but did not end up covering. Again, another reminder that anytime you lay more than 7 points on the road in a division game, you have to look very hard at the side that is getting those points, no matter how good the favored team is and no matter how bad the team that is the underdog is. Because, in division games, these teams, they play each other twice a year. They know each other intimately. And a lot of times they don't like each other very much, so motivation plays into it more than it would in other games. But with this game on Sunday, really, home field and motivation is about all that the Miami Dolphins have going for them. Because when you look at this game closely, and again, like I said, I've tried to talk myself into liking Miami here just because anytime a team is favored by 9 points on the road in division, to me, that feels like too many points. But I tell you what, the Patriots have won 5 in a row. They're number 1 in the league in yards per game, number 1 in points per game. I know they have a bad defense, but where they struggle on defense is in the secondary. And the Dolphins, they like to run the football. They have a rookie quarterback, Ryan Tannehill. And though Tannehill did play better last week in their win over the Seattle Seahawks, prior to that game, he appeared to hit that rookie wall. The Dolphins had lost 3 straight games. Bill Belichick has had great success over the course of his career against rookie quarterbacks. I'm just not sure the Dolphins are well equipped to attack New England where they're weakest, that is in the secondary. And when you look at the other side of the ball, Miami has a good, solid defense, top 10 in the league in rush defense, top 10 in the league in points allowed per game. But the weakness of this Miami defense, as a matter of fact, the weakness of this Miami team is clearly the secondary. They have one of the worst secondaries in the NFL, and that is bad news when you have Tom Brady and this New England Patriots passing attack coming to town. So, again, it's tough to make an argument for the Dolphins here. I've tried to like them, but it's tough. Aside from they're playing at home against a division opponent, and aside from, I guess, a little bit of a motivational factor, the Dolphins really need this game. They need this game more than the Patriots. I know the Patriots still have a lot to play for. They're only 2 games behind Houston for home field advantage in the AFC. I recommend that. I'm not saying that the Patriots are going to take the Dolphins lightly here by any means. But for the Dolphins, this is a huge game. They're 5-6. They're the only AFC team who's 5-6. They're only a game out of the final playoff spot in the AFC. And the 2 teams they're a game behind, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, both those teams appear very vulnerable to me anyway. Pittsburgh, until they get Ben Roethlisberger back, they look like they're going to keep losing games. They just cannot muster any offense without Roethlisberger. And Cincinnati, even though they've been playing better recently, do you trust the Cincinnati Bengals? Just a couple of weeks ago, everybody was saying Cincinnati was a bad team, and with good reason. They were 3-5. I believe they'd only covered twice in their last 14 or 15 games against AFC opponents, something like that. The Bengals, ever since their hot start last year, they started 6-2 last year. They really played poorly in the second half of last season. They really played poorly in the first half of this season. Again, they have won some games now. They have got it back to 6-5. But the Bengals and the Steelers, who are both a game ahead of Miami right now in the AFC, I don't think anyone would be surprised to see either one of those teams fall off a little bit, given their current circumstance. The Steelers without Ben Roethlisberger, and the Bengals, the fact that they're the Bengals. So if Miami can somehow pull out a win here against New England, they're right back into the thick of things in terms of the AFC playoff picture. I just don't see it happening, quite frankly. And again, like I said, I'm not comfortable laying more than a touchdown in a division game when the team's on the road, when the favored team's on the road. So I am not comfortable laying 9 points on the New England in this spot. But I'd be very surprised with any result other than a New England win. I do believe they're going to get the win here in our money line experiment, where I bet $100 on every game money line. I will be betting on New England in this game. New England money line, I guess, is my recommended play here, though that's not too exciting because it's going to be about $100 to win about $15, somewhere in that neighborhood. But tough to endorse a Miami play here, even Miami +9. Again, if you're backing Miami here, You're just taking a total leap of faith. You're just saying, well, you know what? Anytime a team is getting more than 9 points in it, or more than 7 points at home in a division game, I'm going to back that team regardless of the other factors. If you're like that, then you might like Miami +9 in this game. If you're not like that, I'm guessing you're going to lean towards New England -9, or you're going to stay away from the game entirely. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to place a New England money line bet here. I think I'm going to let this handicap, which looks, I don't know, it just makes me very uncomfortable. I think I'm going to let this alone and let it play itself out. I wish you the best of luck in whatever you decide to do in this game.